Hi everyone, welcome to this new video. My name is Aditya and I'm a senior software engineer at Walmart. And in this particular video, I'm going to discuss what is offered in my recent course. So let's go to the course syllabus now. So the name of the course is Building Enterprise Ready Hyperledger Fabric Network. And in this particular course, we are going to see how we can build an enterprise ready production grade Hyperledger Fabric Network using the Hyperledger technologies. A quick introduction about myself. I'm Aditya Joshi. I'm working as a senior software engineer at Walmart. I'm also a lead developer advocate at LFDT India, which was previously known as Hyperledger India. I'm also a CKA, CKAD and CKS certified. These are Kubernetes certifications. I have covered all these certifications. And let's see what is going to be covered in this course. So we'll be starting with the very first section, which is introduction to the course in the repository, and this particular section contains the repository code, and all the subsequent sections that you will see, the code of those sections will be available in this particular section. Then the next section will be the prerequisite section, where we will be setting up the various binaries, istio and the HLF operator. Now, once we have the prerequisites done, we will be moving to installing or setting up certificate authority. In this case, we are using Fabric CA as a certificate authority for giving us the identities. So we will be doing that in the section 3. Section 4 will be towards peer node setup, where we will be discussing how to set up the peer nodes, how we should design the peer nodes. Then the next section is towards the order nodes, where we will be setting up the ordering service on the order nodes. Then the network connection profile, and this connection profile will be used by the CLIs and the client applications, using which we can communicate with the Fabric network. Then we will be performing channel operations. This includes like channel creation, channel join, anchor peer updates. So all of the channel related operations will be covered in this particular section. The next section is related to the chain code, and in this particular section we will be learning how to write the chain code in Golang and Node.js, and then we'll also package the chain code, build the chain code, and then install, approve and commit the chain code in the Fabric network. Then the next section is towards the transactions, where we will be simulating certain transactions to validate whether the network that we have set up so far is working perfectly fine or not. Then we have another section which is additional commands, and these are some helper commands that you might find helpful when you are doing your day-to-day operations. Then the next section is slightly advanced section. This is for this advanced use cases where you want to add new orders, new peer or new organization to your existing Fabric network. And this section is truly intended where you want to scale your Fabric network. You want to add more participants, you want to add more organization, or you want to add more ordering nodes. So this section's covered that all those concepts. Then the next section is toward network benchmarking, and here we are going to do the benchmarking for Fabric network to get the throughput and the TPS of our Fabric network. So basically we will be using a tool here called Hyperledger Caliper, and using that tool we are going to benchmark our network and the smart contract, and to see how actually we are getting the transaction throughputs. Then the next section is towards Blockchain Explorer, and in this particular section we are going to set up a Blockchain Explorer that is going to help us in visualizing the network state. And that Blockchain Explorer is a user interface using which we can see the health of the network. We can see how many blocks it has, how many channels it has, how many chain code or smart contract it has. So all that information will be visible through the help of dashboards. Then the next section is towards the API service, and in this particular section we are going to write a client application. This client application we are going to write in Node.js that is going to send transaction to the Fabric network. So here we will be exposing certain APIs as well, REST APIs, using which we can send the transactions to the Fabric network. Then the next part is towards monitoring and alerting for the Fabric network. And in this particular section, we are going to set up monitoring using Prometheus. We'll be also setting up dashboards using Grafana, and we'll be visualizing all of that in the Grafana dashboard. So there is a dedicated dashboard that I have created in this particular section that we will be putting and using that dashboard to see the network health. Then the next section is again a slightly advanced section, which is automated certificate renewal. So the certificates that we are going to generate using the help of Fabric CA, the default expiry of those certificates is 1 year. And we will be setting up the operator in such a way that the certificates are renewed automatically for us. So we can set like how frequent we want to do these certificate updates. So all that thing will be covered in this particular section. Now another section is slightly again more advanced, which is a multi-cluster network. And the goal of this section is that by the end of this particular section, we should be able to set up a network which is running across multiple clusters. So I'm giving an example here that you can have a Fabric network with two organizations, where one organization can be running in a cluster A and the other organization can be running in a different Kubernetes cluster. So all of that is covered in this particular section. Then the next section is improving the network TPS. So we had a section called network benchmarking, where we got the network throughput and the transaction per seconds. And in this particular section, we'll try to improve that number. We'll be making some adjustment to the network, to the channel, and see how much we can improve our TPS. Then another section is slightly advanced section, which is decentralized ordering service. And in this particular section, we are going to set up our order nodes, which runs the consensus in a decentralized manner. So there can be multiple organizations which must be running their ordering nodes, and all these ordering nodes that are the part of the various organizations, they will be taking part in the consensus and giving us the block creations. Then another section is the network backup and restoration. And in this particular section, we are going to see how we can take a backup of our Fabric network and how we can do the restoration. And in this particular case, we are going to use an open source tool called Velero that is going to make the backup and the restoration process very much easier. So this was it that is available in the course as of now. Here are the course objectives. So it is going to cover the Fabric fundamentals, Hyperledger Fabric fundamentals. We are going to do the network setup and the configurations. Also going to see the chain code development, the transactional operations, which include channel, chain code, and normal transactions. And then we are also going to do the network maintenance and the scaling as well. Now, there are certain requirements for the course. So you should have basic knowledge of Hyperledger Fabric. Then you should have basic knowledge of Kubernetes. Knowledge of any programming language is fine here, and some willingness to learn, because this is going to be slightly intermediate to advanced level course. So you should have some willingness and calmness to move in this course. So what's next in this course? So I'm planning to add Hyperledger Fabric 3.0 support to this course. This will be launched in coming months. And in coming months, you will be able to see how to set up a Fabric 3.0 network, how to migrate your existing 2.5 network to 3.0. So all of that is going to be covered in this course. So stay tuned for the course because a lot of updates are going to come in this particular course. So if you have any doubts or any questions, feel free to reach out to me on these channels. So you can mail to me at support@byteland.in. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can reach out to me on Twitter. And the course link is coming on your screen, so you can refer or visit that link to enroll into that course. So this was it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.